So this week is really not what I wanted or needed. This year in particular, with the doubts that I was having, to lay an egg on a workout is tough. It does happen. I typically hit my workouts. I do have a lot of fitness built up, but at this stage, it's just kind of like hard to stomach. So yesterday was tough, not just for the actual workout, but like after, just thinking about what is happening, where I am, what could have been done. It's definitely a challenge. The hardest part is like trying not to rush back in. I want to like go back and prove it. There's still a lot of work, so I need to make sure I'm just like staying the course. Just gotta do what I gotta do to get to Friday. Friday's the big day. That's kind of like now I'm looking at as redemption. So thinking more about what could have gone wrong. I've had some thoughts talking about the heat and being acclimated to everything. I've had 2 bad workouts in the past 2 weeks, and they're both inside on the treadmills, and I have not been training on the treadmills almost at all. I've not been training inside. I've been doing all my running outside. It is cool here, and I'm banking on cool weather in Stockholm, but as I was just like sitting on the treadmill, I just felt that heat to kind of take over, and I think just it's like it was too hot in those moments because I have not been training inside. That's kind of where my mind has gone. So true or not, it does make me feel better having a little bit of explanation behind why it's gone so poorly, because I'm looking at these workouts that I've been doing in my previous race, what I've been doing, and it just doesn't add up. So that's kind of where my head is for how to kind of push through this thing. So I feel okay with that explanation. I feel okay with where I'm at. Like, I feel good. When I feel overtrained, there's like so many variables that I can point to. It's like I'm either tired all the time, or I'm not able to really effectively hit my workouts. My heart rate metrics are out of whack, and it's like the opposite. Like, everything feels really good right now. So I just need to kind of, again, keep the course, gear up for Friday, and do like some running outside just to make sure that I am getting the work in, so I don't feel this way going into the last week of training. So
We go get coffee after.
you know, baby,
Yeah.
be fun.
Oh, yes.
So I was 171 pounds this morning. Happy with that. It's been pretty consistent this past week. Last week I was about the same. I was just kind of like going on a downtrend the past couple of weeks. I just wanted to kind of like put a halt to that, as I've been eating more. Doing a good job today of like getting food in, even though things have been very busy. Had like 2 early workouts, little swim and some hill sprints. Then I've had back-to-back calls, and I have another one here in like 10 minutes. Yeah, one of the challenges has been, this block has been just like getting enough food in, and not necessarily from the volume perspective, but just like schedule-wise. However, the new little one has created some inconsistency of like when we were going to eat, most in particular for dinner. Like sometimes we think we're going to have dinner at 6, and then baby has different ideas. So I feel like I've just been have like these longer windows of just like being in a deficit, which have just kind of added up. At this point, like, you know, it's going to be like 2-3 pounds later than where I was at Phoenix, and you know, as long as my strength is okay, it should be fine, right? It should be better for running. I feel like I'm leaner. I'm getting some comments of like, people think I'm like bigger than I was. I'm actually smaller. I'm just like leaner. So like, I'm just going to approach this with some curiosity for how this is going to go at this body weight, and then being able to kind of make adjustments or just like maintain down the road. So we're doing a good job today of just like staying in front of it and making sure that we're doing everything we can to have the nutrients that we need to perform well. So another call now, and then off to some strength work. So the goal of that strength workout was really just getting in some very specific and like super heavy weights, just working on movement with the plyometrics and the isometrics, making sure I'm feeling like good and ready. And overloading the sleds, I found is actually pretty helpful. Although I'm gonna do some sleds tomorrow, I don't typically try to do things back to back. In the rare instances that I do that, the super heavy sleds give me a bit of an RPE boost going into that workout the next day. So I'm gonna hit some sleds tomorrow. But yeah, the strength stuff went great. I felt strong, I felt fast, I felt explosive, which is great. One of the concerns I was having is like, I'm down a bit of weight, is that gonna hurt my ability to put out power? And the answer seems to be no. And these type of sessions are really good for me to just affirm those things. And then making sure I have the ability to continue to do the work is what tomorrow's gonna be. Also have some time to get in the sauna. I'm gonna continue to kind of keep those heat acclimations coming and hopefully kind of get through it. So I feel really good today. I had a bit of like a random dinner, like a random post meal, but it's like one of those things, like I just need to get the food and the calories in when I can and not wait because things are unpredictable. So when I have the window to get food in, I need to take it. And it kind of points to tomorrow, feeling good overall, feeling confident and knowing that like, hey, there's a lot more here than just like these like last workout or two. There's a lot more that I've been building on. So I feel excited, feel ready, and gonna hit that tomorrow. All right, we have a long grind today. Like I mentioned, kind of moving back into something that's gonna feel HYROX-y. So it's gonna be 2 rounds, 1K run, sled push, 1K, sled pull. So 2 rounds straight through. So we're gonna get very similar feeling. I just wanna feel what the sleds are like. I've been there before, but I just wanna like feel that. That's the main thing going into races, like knowing how that's gonna feel for me. Then let's go directly into 100 cal echo, and then a 1600 meter run, and then 75 wall balls. That's gonna be 2 rounds. Look at that, look how that writes out. That's how you do it as art. And then potentially into 2K cut down row. Every 500 meters, dropping the pace to something to just kind of finish it up a little bit stronger. So yeah, this should take about an hour, maybe a little bit less, and that's kind of where I want to be right now. Some of the workouts before this have been very big, very expansive. This is gonna be like kind of right in the sweet spot of like HYROX. Creating big fatigue. This is gonna be much more sustainable without the muscular component. And the wall ball is just there to kind of finish it up and make sure we're feeling good and calm and ready for wall ball. So that's the goal right there. Boom, let's get warmed up. So I'm trying to stand where a lot of stress can come from like narrow vision, like kind of being a real pinpoint. So like as I'm doing wall balls, I'm thinking about a broader focus point, kind of like looking at a horizon and like looking at the targets beside me to try to help stay relaxed. That's the main thing with this. It's just like so ramped up that if I can just chill, there's no reason I can't do the work. That's gonna be the goal. I feel good physically. Just tell myself like there's no reason this shouldn't go well. And when it gets hard, there's no reason that I can't do the hard work. And I know that physically from the previous, but I'm just like, this feels more important than other workouts. But at the same time, like I know that I can do this work, and staying calm, practicing the things that have been able to execute in training previously, knowing that there's no reason physically it shouldn't go well, and also mentally when things get hard, like there's no reason that I shouldn't be able to do it. So let's make it happen.
he comes, guys. Here he comes. Here he comes. There he goes.
All right, that was like exactly what I needed. Held it together the whole way through. Just allowed my body to show up for me. Like halfway through, I was like, all right, it's working. My body is showing up. Like, and there was no doubt that I could do it at a point. I'm like, all right, awesome. Runs were great. My running's super strong right now. It feels really effortless and fast, which is great. And yeah, just like this past week and just the doubts that I've been dealing with, it's been kind of this new approach in addressing them, where in the past I would just try to like steamroll over them as opposed to just like acknowledging that they're there and like trying to do the work to get through them. So when these doubts would inevitably like arise, or like the weaknesses that I have that weren't addressed like showed up on race day, like I wasn't prepared to deal with them. And almost only because like I was like dead set on just like no weakness, no doubts, and there's a time and place for that, but it's not always for me, and I need to like address these things. And that's exactly what this whole week was about, was making sure I understand that all the work that I've done to this point is still here. A couple of bad workouts, a couple of doubts aren't the end of it, but it's just part of the process. And it's process physical, it's process mental. So I'm very happy with the outcome of today and the earlier this week. Like I feel super strong. Like there's no reason why I couldn't do it, and I kept telling myself that. And another things I was saying is like, this is exactly what I want to be doing. Like there's nothing else I'd rather be doing than this right now. And that was actually very helpful. Another analogy that the sports psychologist that I've been working with likes to use is that like training and your fitness is like a forest, and not all the trees, each tree is like a workout. Not all the trees are going to be the same height. Some are going to be bigger, some are going to be smaller, but when you zoom all the way out, you just see the forest. So I think it's a pretty solid analogy just for the amount of work that we put in to show up on race day. It's not one workout, it's not one race, it's just the accumulation of everything. So very happy with that. And now we have 1 week and then we're flying out. Yeah, man, this is great. I'm feeling much more prepared and ready. Just keep pushing forward.
Back, baby.